Can a bullet be as fast as a catapult? So waiting for AI to respond. Can a bullet be as
Here's the
fast?
plan I've put together. Let me know if you need any changes before I start researching.
Start research, of course. So, in case you want to use a catapult to defend your home, let's see how that will work out against the bullet. So, the reason why I'm asking this question is for people who can own guns, I feel like there are other ways to defend yourself and your house. And we've forgotten about things like catapult because we just think technology. We've depended on technology so much that we've forgotten other things that should be working as well as technology. Can a bullet be as fast as a catapult? Sorry, can a bullet be as fast as a catapult?
No,
Okay.
a bullet cannot be as fast as a catapult.
Okay.
A catapult speed is a tiny fraction of a bullet's speed.
Okay.
Bullets from firearms are propelled by the rapid expansion of gas from ignited gunpowder,
Okay.
which creates an immense force that accelerates the projectile to an incredibly high velocity.
Okay.
A catapult, on the other hand, uses
I
mechanical
thought as
force
much
from tension
actually.
or gravity to launch a projectile.
Yeah.
Bullet speed. A bullet speed, or muzzle velocity, is the speed at which it leaves the barrel of a firearm.
Okay.
This speed is typically measured in feet per second, FPS, or meters
Really?
per second, meter per
Really?
second. A common
Okay.
pistol bullet, such as a 9mm, travels at speeds of around 1,200 FPS,
Okay.
365 meters per second.
Mm.
High-powered rifles can launch bullets at speeds of over 4,000 FPS,
Okay.
1,200 meters per second, which is over 3 times the speed of sound.
Okay.
Modern military and scientific applications have developed projectiles that can reach speeds of over 8,500 meters per second,
Okay.
28,000 FPS. Catapult speed. The speed of a catapult's projectile is much, much slower.
Oh.
The term catapult can refer to a wide range of devices,
Hello,
from
Manuel,
ancient
please.
siege weapons to modern aircraft carrier launchers.
Welcome.
However, even the most powerful catapults are nowhere near a bullet speed. A replica of a medieval trebuchet, a type of catapult, might launch a projectile at around 100 miles per hour,
Okay.
45 meters per second.
Okay.
Modern steam catapults on aircraft carriers are powerful, but they are designed to get a heavy jet to takeoff speed.
Mm.
They can accelerate an aircraft from 0 to about 150 miles per hour, 67 meters
I'm
per
on
second,
live.
in just a couple of seconds. The fundamental difference in the physics of propulsion, chemical energy in a firearm versus mechanical energy in a catapult.
Okay, so can you use a catapult to defend your home? Let's see what AI says about this.
Using a catapult for home defense is not a practical or effective idea.
Okay.
While you can legally build a catapult in many places, using one to defend your home presents significant legal and logistical problems.
Really?
Legal
Legal?
issues. Using a catapult against an intruder could lead to serious legal consequences.
What?
The laws surrounding
So you can't defend
self-defense
yourself again?
typically require that the force you use be proportional to the threat. A
Okay.
large catapult, like a trebuchet, is a siege weapon designed to destroy fortified structures and cause massive damage.
Really?
Using it against a person could be seen as using excessive force,
Oh.
potentially leading to criminal charges such as assault, battery, or even manslaughter or murder if the person is killed.
Oh.
Attractive nuisance. A catapult on your property could be considered an attractive nuisance in the eyes of the law, which is a
Really?
dangerous object that might attract curious children.
Never knew
If a
this.
child is injured while playing on or with the catapult, you could
Okay.
be held liable.
Really?
Civil liability. If a projectile leaves your property and injures someone or damages a neighbor's home,
Yeah.
you could face civil lawsuits.
Thank you,
Logistical and tactical
Jangilofa.
problems. Even if legal
I'm
issues
blushing.
weren't a concern, a catapult
Says
is a very
beautiful
poor
black
choice
man.
for home defense.
Okay.
Ineffectiveness. A catapult is a slow and cumbersome weapon. It takes a long time to load, aim, and fire, making
Okay.
it useless against a fast-moving threat like a home invader.
Okay.
A trebuchet, for example, would require a team of people to operate, not a single individual. Lack of
Mm.
precision. Modern catapults, even well-engineered ones, are not precise weapons. Their projectiles
Okay,
are meant
so
for large,
I think it's
stationary targets
from
like
what
castle walls.
we've
Not a
heard
single.
here, catapults can work right to defend your home, but legal issues might like say it's too much of a force. But then if it's life or death, I don't care what legal issue says, I have to defend myself. with catapults or whatever. So in places where you can't own guns, I think catapults could work. So we need to get back to using things like catapults and other kind of weapons to defend ourselves instead of just waiting or just running about because we don't have guns. I'm just saying in the case of you need to defend your home, but I've not really had many reasons to defend my home, so I'm just probably living in fantasy. Yes, Jangilofa, Victor Wills. All right, you can ask a question. Let's see. So next question will be: how much damage can a catapult do compared to no stop? How much damage can a catapult do compared to a bullet? So let's see.
A catapult and a bullet inflict damage in fundamentally different ways, and the
Okay.
amount of damage they can do is orders of magnitude apart. The key
Okay.
concept to understand is kinetic energy, which is the energy of motion.
Oh,
The formula for kinetic energy is Ke equals frac 1 2 meters versus squared,
okay.
where m is mass and v is velocity.
Yeah.
Because velocity is squared, it has a far greater impact on kinetic energy than mass does. Kinetic
I'm not in
energy
college. I'm not in school again.
bullets.
I'm done with
A
school.
bullet's damage comes primarily from its extremely high velocity.
Okay.
A small, lightweight bullet traveling at a very high speed can deliver a massive amount of kinetic energy to a small area, causing
Okay.
what is known as ballistic trauma. This can include a temporary wound cavity, fragmentation of the projectile, and severe damage to tissue, bone, and organs. A typical
Let me just
handgun
read the
bullet, like
conclusion. It says, in short, a bullet is designed to deliver a concentrated, high energy impact to incapacitate or kill a single person, while a catapult is a slow, clumsy weapon designed to destroy buildings. The damage a bullet does is a precise, surgical, like destruction of a living body, while the damage a catapult does is a blunt, buttering ram-like force that could crash and break things on a much larger scale, but it's completely ineffective as a personal defense weapon. What are you saying? I think this guy is talking about some huge catapult. I don't think AI knows that you can use catapult to kill small birds. And that's what we used to use. So what do you call that? Is that not catapult? Right? Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. What country are you from? Victor Wills. Stop. The catapult that you used to kill birds. What is it called?
Based on your description of a catapult used to kill a bed, it's likely you are referring to a trebuchet. While the word
Trebuchet.
catapult is a general term for many different siege engines,
Oh,
the trebuchet is often what people visualize when they think of a
okay.
large, heavy machine capable of launching a massive object.
What?
Here's why a trebuchet fits that description best. Counterweight. A trebuchet uses a massive counterweight to launch a
AI is tripping
projectile.
right now.
This is what allows it to
Still
hurl
talking about
extremely heavy objects, like a
trebuchet,
large
which is
rock
used to
that
do
could kill
every
a bed
update. So
for a long
this is
distance with
crazy.
immense force.
Oh, you're from Nigeria too.
Destructive
That's
power.
nice.
Unlike a
All
ballista,
right, so but I've seen catapults do really like go really fast and small, and they can like kill birds. So I think it would be interesting to see that against a bullet in action. Like if you could do it, shoot a catapult and bullet at the same time and see the speed compared to each other, and see which one how further it goes when you're about to like hit something, right? But I like the idea of using catapult. Have you ever used catapult before? I used it when I was a kid, but I don't think I really used it to kill any animal. But it was fun trying to hit something, hit a moving target with it. Yeah. So let's see what other questions do we want to give you about catapult and bullets. If I put oil and fire on a catapult, can it cause an explosion? Probably no. Depends on what you're shooting at, I guess.
using a catapult to launch a flaming projectile with oil is possible, and has been done historically, but it's highly unlikely to cause an explosion in the way you might imagine. Instead of a concussive blast, you'd get a significant fire. How it
Fire,
works,
okay,
fire
not
versus
blast.
explosion.
Like
A
fire.
fire is a rapid, self-sustaining oxidation process.
Okay.
When you ignite oil, it burns in the presence of oxygen, releasing heat and light. The oil itself isn't explosive, it's a fuel. It will simply burn until it runs out of oxygen or is put out. An explosion is a rapid, violent release of energy, often involving a shock
What
wave.
the?
For an
Okay.
explosion involving
Still on.
oil, you'd need meet specific
Turn
conditions
my mic
such
was
as
off.
vaporization and containment. The oil must be heated to the point where it turns into a fine vapor or mist
No
and
more
is then
generator.
contained in a sealed space with enough oxygen. The ignition of this air-fuel mixture would cause a powerful, concussive explosion.
Let's look at the
Steam
conclusion.
explosion. If water is introduced to burning oil, the water can flash to steam instantly.
Okay,
Expand.
conclusion says historically flaming projectiles were common form of siege warfare. Oh, so instead of bombs or grenades, we got flaming projectiles. Medieval armies would soak hay, rags, or other materials in pitch or oil, light them on fire, and launch them with a catapult. The goal was to start fires and spread chaos, not to create an explosion. If you were to launch a barrel of oil, ooh, that was a fire. Imagine that coming at you. That's going to be like hell. Like someone's launching hell at you. The simply break upon impact, spilling is burning. Dang. You could just imagine just do one like a small piece of oil landing on your skin. That's crazy enough. So yeah, I can see the damage is going to be crazy. Spilling is burning contents and creating a large fire. I mean, you could even do this. Imagine if some people are coming at you and they have all these guns and everything. You imagine, and you don't have access to guns, but you can create this kind of thing in your house. Like it reminds me of Home Alone, right? Where the kid was making use of home appliances to create weapons to defend himself. So it's going to be like modern technology versus old technology. So the important thing is to use element of surprise because people coming at you with guns, they don't know that you're armed with stuff. So you just uh, you surprise them like in a game. Strategy. It's all about strategy. So the container would not explode. The key danger with this method is not a blast, but the uncontrolled and widespread fire that would result. Okay, so yeah. So if someone is coming at you with guns and you have catapults, you're not going to be like in your front. You're going to be like really dodging and just taunting them like David versus Goliath. So yeah, it's possible to defend yourself, but then it's you're going to have to use some brain and logic to avoid danger. So yeah, sounds really interesting. Yeah, what do you think about this? Could you win a fight if you had catapult and you had someone coming at you with a gun? Yeah, so done for today. Peace out.